Me, Grimlock stronger. Me, Grimlock must lead.
Welcome back to the Tyrannosaurus Hangar. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with the Magic Square MS-B56 Tyrannosaurus Rex, or their take on a G1 cartoon legend scaled Grimlock. I gotta say, it's got pluses and minuses, good and bad points, but it is a good looking Grimlock overall, and it does match the cartoon pretty well. Now we're gonna take a look at this. We are going to do some comparisons. Then I'm gonna tell you which one I like more, this one or the New Age. I think that's kind of where we're at nowadays. Is it this one or is it the New Age? But I did get this to Shozy. Now I'm gonna have a link down below where you can get yours. Of course, TH reviewer code if you want to help out the channel. But let's get into take a look at this. Is it the third or fourth iteration of a legend scale Grimlock from Magic Square coming up? I don't want any confusion from the intro, but this is the first version Magic Square is putting out. But I think there's at least 3, if not 4 options for Grimlock now in the Legend scale. With DX9, then it was upscaled. We'll be looking at that with the McFans toys, then New Age this. But there's the box. Looks G1-ish. Alright, here he is out of the box. And I think he looks pretty good. A bit on the bland side. I'm a little surprised it was this bland, but he does have a little paint on the eyes, and then just a giant yellow chest. And I don't know, I kind of gotten used to like some clear plastic here or something just to break up that chest a little bit. So maybe, nope. Sometimes they put something you can clip over it, but I don't think that's going on in this case. So well, that is that's just the way it is. The red is kind of a nice red that they have right here in this lower section, and but it is kind of that sort of chalky cartoon cell look that they've got going on, which is, I guess, what they say. But I mean, in hand, it doesn't quite look as bad as I was thinking, because I know a lot of this Magic Square, when they come out and it's not painted and it does look a little chalky, it's not too bad. But I think I'm going to be tainted on this because of the fact that I'm not really big on the cartoon color scheme, and we're going to see a cartoon color scheme in comparison here in just a bit, but I'm not the most cartoon when it comes to the Dinobot. I don't know, it's weird. So it's a personal preference thing. So I'll try to be as unbiased on this as I can, but he does look pretty good. There he is. Let's go ahead and get into accessories, then articulation. All right, he's got these splayed hands, which we will put one on here in just a bit, and he's got this fish, which is, I think, is more for dino mode. Also, he's got the sword, which is more cartoon than toy, and you'll see the difference here in a bit. And then he's got the obligatory gun, which is very G1 for a gun overall. And then he's got his King Grimlock crown, which is nice looking little crown, but it's just some yellow, not gold or anything like that. It does just pop on and pop off, and that's how that goes. I don't think it's going to fit. The crown's not really going to fit on this head. It only fits on this head, which I think is the only one it's supposed to fit on. Now, let's see about popping his hand off without doing any damage here. And then we're going to put on a splayed hand just for fun. And I think it's got some articulation points, so that's going to make it challenging to pop it in there. So the reason it's a challenge to pop in there is because it has articulation to it. So I just put it like this and then just kind of forced it in at an angle. That's not the easiest hand swap I've ever seen, especially for a Legends figure. They're usually really simple for a hand swap, but then you can just kind of like have some sort of a splayed look to it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of good options. I doubt you'll be able to transform it with a splayed hand in there, though. That's probably just the way it is. But there's his splayed hand, and then, swapping it back might be a challenge, too. All right, we're going to get into articulation real fast, and he is head side to side, up and down. He's got some movement and pivot right here. He does have a butterfly, and it's quite extreme, so he can, Grimlock, hold sword. Yeah, he can hold sword, but it goes all the way. And it's a bit of a detriment to it. He can rotate up to here. And then, of course, the 360. And the shoulder is kind of tight, but this is very loose. And it just moves when you don't want it to. Bicep swivel. Bicep swivel at the elbow. Elbow swivel. And then double joints. You move that up, you can get some range going on there. And then the hand's on a ball joint, so you can get a little bit more out of it than usual, I guess. You'd have to kind of open the foot a little bit if you want to get some more range out of it, but you got more range on these other ones where they kind of open and close, or they slide back and forth. All right, waist, ab, swivel, ab crunch, waist swivel, and then he's got this. Is it a hiding hip flap, or is it just fold up? I'm used to them doing the hiding hip flaps now, which there it is. Back out to the side, nice tolerance there, and then this far to the back. That's as far as it's gonna go. Thigh swivel, knee double jointed all the way, and then foot side to side, and that's about it. But you're gonna get what you want, I guess. What you're gonna need out of that. All right, here we go with side-by-side comparison. And the reason I'm starting off with the swoop, and the swoop is the New Age swoop, is because this is New Age's way to do a cartoon look. You see how it's painted still. It still feels and looks premium. It looks nice, but you can tell they're going with the cartoon look. And I liked it, felt it was well painted enough that I didn't need to go with the toy version. I actually picked a clear one too. I probably would have liked to have gotten a toy version, but I like the blue better than the red. So it's weird. I have a G1 blue one too, but this one here, just little to no paint. Presentation just isn't quite there. And so let's get it side by side with the New Age's Grimlock. Now there are some pluses and minuses to each. And design-wise, the simplicity of what's going on with the Magic Square, I do appreciate that, and I do like a lot of aspects of that. But I gotta say, I really feel the premium look of the New Age makes me want the whole team looking like this. And again, I'll show you a whole group picture when we're done. Let's check these guys for the back too. And not a huge difference here from the back. If I get this out of the way so you can kind of see the head. I'm wondering, I could probably flip the head around too, because this has the top of the head here. I've got the bottom of the head. Probably is supposed to be. Now I do think, I gotta go back and check prices, but I do think this is like a $25 or more figure. I think this was a $75 figure. I think this is a $50 figure, but I gotta go check the prices. It's been a while since I placed the order, especially on this one. So that's just kind of the look. One thing that bothered people was the cleanliness of the inside of the New Age leg, and this is a panel that came with one of the swoops, I think, or a sludge. I don't know which one it came with. It came with one of them. A panel to plug in to him, and so that was an extra part. So buying this $70-something figure didn't get you that. This figure out the door, you got the inside panel. If that's something that matters to you, if it means something to you, if you care. But I know it bothered a lot of people. But it didn't bother me a whole lot, especially since they said they were getting us another part. But it is one of those things that when you transform it, you're going to have to take that panel off. Here's two more of the toy versions of the New Age. I've got to say, the New Age is getting me with these. I think I might like the New Age a little bit more, even though there's certain things. Just the overall, like this looks a little bit more like Grimlock to me. This looks like it's not quite as much like Grimlock, but man, that presentation, it's one of those things. It's like each one does something well here, but this is a tough one. Here's the KO oversized McFans toys, which is why I was thinking there should be some little clear piece to clip over it, like they did. DX9 upscaled to McFans toys is what that is. And looking at them side by side, I like the design of this still a little bit better, but man, I mean, the way this breaks up that chest makes a world of difference. Like the head sculpt's nearly perfect on that. There's pluses and minuses to each one of these. And G1, if you want to just get a figure to put in your G1 collection, can you believe the Legend Scale Dinobots, almost all of them, they fit in with your G1. And you can just swap it out instead of your G1 Grimlock and put them in with the rest of the dinos. It works. Nice little group shot. I hope you found these comparisons to be helpful, maybe a little bit. Just for fun, I did a quick head swap. I swapped the Magic Square head onto the New Age, which I think I like the head sculpt better for Magic Square, but it is a little bit big, but I think it looks good. I mean, I think that looks okay. Kids, don't try this at home. The ball joints are not the same size, so you will be. I'll probably mess one of these heads up messing around with this, but it's going to be fun to just check it out. But yeah, this is what the old one looked like, and I felt like it sat a little too high. All right, now for the transformation. This is a little more complex than I think it really needs to be, but it is what it is. I mean, for a Legends, it should be quick and fast and easy. Let's tuck these hands away. It's got the split away. Now, the fact that it transforms like this, your hands are constantly getting moved because of this, but let's see. Well, I'm gonna leave that there for now. All right, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna pop this piece up. We're kind of spread the arms out a bit, and then this is all coming back. It's all coming back to you now. We can lift this up because these mushroom into there, which is going to give us some room to open this up. Bring that out. And we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff with all of this. Bring this down. We're going to be able to open that up. We're going to fold this down into here, and then what we're doing is we're shrinking the head a bit on this. So that's kind of how that's going to go. This can go down into here. We have that going on. This is going to fold out, and we're going to deal with that here in a bit. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Flip this around. And then, let's see here, this should tab in. All right, so I got to make sure that I tuck this in all the way here, all the way down. And then we're going to push this into here, which will make all this able to tab in. So it's kind of, got to tab that into here, and then this side tab into here. There we go. Now, we're not exactly going to do this just yet, but this is going to be the belly. It's going to be all this stuff here. We got to get onto the leg/tail. So let's flip this around, spread them out a little bit. We're going to pop this out like so. I'm going to create the half of the tail here, and then we're going to pull this piece out. It's going to come out, form this, and then solidify in with some tabs for making the back there. Then this is going to fold right here, kind of like we always do about this time. It's going to come up here. It's going to mushroom into this. We're going to tighten the rest of that up. We need to do the other leg before we do too much more. This is going to have to go here. Tighten up. We'll probably need to wait until we've actually done the other leg, because there's going to be a little more movement that's needed to happen. So, same thing. Over here. Pop open this joint. Make the tail. This kind of slides out to here. This is on a slider to slide out. Open this up. And then tab it in. And let's see. We are going to do the same thing we did before. I guess I'm doing it from a different angle here, but you got to make sure that this gets around. I think I'm going something a little bit off because it's not the right. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's going to fold into here. That's right. It's different because there's not enough clearance. So it's a tight spot to get the clearance and to close this up. There we go. That is not fun. There we go. Now we can have the tail more or less there. Tab all that in. And then we start getting up here and messing around with all this fun stuff. Now this is a mushroom peg. And so is that one. But mushroom peg. That one seems to be going any easier, so we'll do that one first. And we had that tab together. Mushroom peg that one in. This is a mushroom peg on here. Wow. There we go. Now it's starting to tighten up. And there it goes. Then we got this top part, which we had sorted together, but now we're going to get it better together, I guess you could say. So we're going to close it up to where this mushroom peg tab goes into this mushroom slot. And I should be able to get that on camera a little bit better. Let's just get these legs kind of, I guess, positioned properly. And then we will do this again. So this little closure of the head and all of that has to happen what feels like at the exact same time as you are clipping it to this. So, and you have two more pegs back here all at the same time. And just about 10 seconds off camera without the camera in my face, I was able to just get it right. It was easy. It's actually not hard at all. It's just this angle, terrible. But there he goes, pretty much done. Mess around with these toes a little bit, mess around with just getting him set up a little bit more, pull that down, his legs down, and I'll have this a little bit cleaner here in just a second. We'll have a look at it. Alright, here he goes in his dino mode. He doesn't really look that bad. He looks pretty good in dino mode, and very cartoon. Very me, Grimlock King, in the cartoon. Now, the light's shining off of him pretty well, but it's not shining as in a sheen. It's just brighter colors. Bright colors on this guy. So yeah, it looks good. So there's paint with red, and then some blue, red, green. Kind of the way it should look. You could, depending on what you want, you could have these extended or shorter if you like. I like them extended. I think it looks better like that. He does have a little wiggly, waggly to his tail. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but it does a little. It starts to untab those tabs if you do that too much. His arms, he does have some articulation in his arms, and he can do quite a bit. So that's actually pretty good. A little bit better than sometimes. Like, oh, he's got some personality there. Now his face, he does this have an opening jaw, and he has this here, which there's no blast effect. So I was just like, hey, looks like you could shove his sword in there, and I was right. You can shove his sword in there, and then it can almost look like a blast effect with the sword, but that just looks goofy, but it's a thing you can do. And then obligatory thing that you can almost always do with this Grimlock is change the eye color. Did you ever wish that you could just have blue eyes? Well, Grimlock says, yes, I can. Blue eyes. Me, Grimlock, have blue eyes. Me, the red eyes is them bad. Blue eyes be good, no. Ah! No, blue eyes, no, Grimlock, you're wrong. Blue is bad, and red is good. That's there. Okay, either way. Whatever you want. I mean, what's the significance? Is one of them for the toy or something? Alright, so he has a fish, so I guess it's so his fish can be in his mouth. It's in his mouth. He's having fun with his fish in his mouth. Alright. That's about it for the accessories for Dino mode. All right, I guess I answered my own question. Here he is next to the G1. Red is what the G1 eyes look like, and I'm guessing the cartoon is where the blue comes in. So I never really paid attention to that on Grimlock for whatever reason. I know it's always a thing that people talk about, but anyhow, there it is. That's what they look like. So much different, so much more cartoon accurate. It's kind of what we get with Legends, and these shoulder/leg pieces are a bit loose. They hold the pose okay, but moving them around like this, they are a little floppy. But I do like the toy look a whole lot better. As if anybody cares, there he is next to, that is the Super 7. So if you have any idea about the Super 7 one, it does not transform. It is just a posable action figure. I never would have bought it for the $55 price, but man, this is big for 30, 25, 30, something like that. I got it used. And comparing him to Reximus, which is Masterpiece, but way upscaled. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. I do crazy stuff. Here he is next to the recent Magic Square Optimus Prime Legends I picked up. First 2.0 Legends I got. I don't have the David. Just kind of chilling with the 1.0 Magic Squares up until I got that one. But this thing does have a lot of character. Once you've got it, and the Dino mode has a lot of character, it really does. I think the Dino mode is the better mode on this. But now I realize I didn't compare it to Prime when it was a bot. So let's get this back into the bot mode. Just kidding. All right, so what do I think about this guy? I actually think that he looks pretty good. He's a good-looking Grimlock. And if you really like the cartoon accurate, you're going to like this guy. I don't really like the cartoon accurate as much in the Legends scale, or even, I don't think I'd want Masterpiece that are super cartoon. I like the toy version. That's just the only thing. I think only when it comes to Dinobots I feel that way. And I still feel that way. But I have to say, the design looks good. The figure looks good. I'm glad I picked it up. But I think I'm going to just try to focus on finishing out all of the Dinobots with New Age. But I probably will get a few more of these and keep giving them a shot. The biggest problem, like it always is with Magic Square, is you have no idea if they're going to make them in a toy look, a toy color. They're going to give it the EX treatment. And if they do, I'll probably have to pick another one up. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. I did get this shows you. I've linked down below where you can get yours. Like and subscribe. Tidy Hanger out.
Optimus strong, but me, Grimlock stronger. Not Blaze, Decepticon.
I do not wish to fight you. You are stronger than I, just as you are stronger than Optimus Prime.